Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today I have a little cleaning up that I'm going to do of this knife I just received in. When I got it, it was a little gritty, and I wanted to take a look at it to see if that grittiness is from something in the washers or what have you. This is made by QSP, and I like their exclusive traditional pocket knives, QSPs, that I've gotten. But traditionally, those knives from traditional pocket knives, I've taken them apart and had to clean them, and that really tremendously helps their action. They tend to be a little dirty on the inside. I don't know if it's from milling in the steel or what have you, but it's usually just a little gritty on the inside. And once you do that, it helps out significantly. Now, the lockup on this one is pretty high. It's like around 60-70%, which is kind of disappointing. This was a replacement of one that I had lockup. It was around 85-90%, where literally the lock bar was almost touching the other side here, and that was really disappointing. But you know, here we are. We're doing another. We did another unboxing, and this is much better. I'm still not a gigantic, huge fan. I most likely will probably sell this knife, so I probably won't replace the washers with skiffs or anything, but I definitely wanted to see if I can clean it up and see if that helps the action a bit. Again, my biggest issue is that flipper not being able to clear, because once you hit the flipper, it's right at the detent. So if you don't clear that, it just goes right back and locks. And if you clear that detent, you're right at this point where it's going to come down, and you can already see I already have a few pretty good scratches from just about 3 or 4 drops. I get about 10 or 15 and I flick this all day long and it drops regularly on there like that. It's going to cut through my nail, and that's going to be not very good. And I'm going to have to do like what I've seen some other people do, super glue or band-aids, and that's kind of ridiculous for a knife. To me, that's that's a huge disappointment in design, especially when their relative is so perfect. When I can flip that and not have to worry about looking and it's always going to catch in the finger choil. That's the whole idea to me of having a nice finger choil, is that, to be able to use that. So there we go. So let's go ahead and get into this. What I do typically is I'll show you the screws and all that stuff, and once I'm taking it apart, I'll speed that up so not to waste your time. But let's go ahead and just kind of figure out what the screws are here. These all look like they might be T8s. So this is a T8, 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 T8. Yep, these are all T8s. All right, so let's go ahead and take this apart. Yeah, you can see that it's pretty dirty in there. It's kind of disappointing. Yeah, that's really dirty. Maybe that's the reason why it's so gritty. All right, so the lock bar stop is built into the blade right there, or the sorry, the blade stop, blade pin. I don't know what you want to call that. I'm sure there's some official term for it. I don't know what this white chalky liquid is. All right, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna go see if I have a set of washers, and these look like they might fit. So give me a second. Okay, I'm back. I don't know if they'll fit. I doubt it, but you never know unless you try. So let's see if this fits past the pivot. Yeah, it's 5mm. I figured. These are the, what are these? The 3/16. Just a little small. I need the 5mm ones. I need to order those. Don't have any extra ones, so I'll just have to clean these really well. Hopefully that'll work out just fine. Yeah, I'm just cleaning the pivots here, making sure I get all the dirt off. All right. All right, let's reassemble this. Now before we do, just notice that this is a captive pivot. You'll notice that because this side right here is flat. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little flat side. And then you'll notice on here, there's a little flat part. And so this will go in here like that. Oh, that little washer there didn't come off, or ring, or whatever you call it. Now typically, I'll put a little drop of oil on here, not much. Now real quick, based on how this is cut out, I like to face these in so that they're sealed by the knife itself, okay? So that's what I like to do. So I will probably face that way. Okay, before I do that, I'm going to put a little bit of this 85 weight heavy oil on the detent ball. And the detent hole and the track. I'm going to use Loctite 242 for the pivot. Just need a little bit on there, on the outside. Now notice there's two different length screws here. So the longer screw is going to go in through the back spacer. And the reason why I say that is because you can see, I don't know if you can see that, there's the, can we get the light on there? There's a little screw hole right there. Just want to see if I can get the right angle. Yeah, you can see a little screw right in there. That goes for this hole. And you don't, the longer one, that'll go all the way through and it'll hit the blade. That would be not good for your knife. So we're going to avoid that. right, so we're done. It's looking pretty good. We're still dead center. We don't have any rock, blade rock, so that's nice. It's in there well. Still that way over, I don't know, the lockup on the lock bar to the tang is still pretty good. A little higher than I'd like. But action's a little bit better. You can still hear it kind of be gritty, and that's where I think skiffs would work really, really nice in this. And that's why I like skiffs, because they just sound and feel better. And it's not that the action's going to be tremendously different with skiffs than this. It's just you'll feel it. There's like a gritty vibration that you can feel when it closes. Whereas with skiffs, it's just very smooth and fluid. And there's not that vibration that occurs from the grittiness. And also, if the skiffs are any bit wider at all, I don't know, maybe, who knows, maybe, you know, don't know exactly how that would work as far as engagement, but yeah, so I just really wish I could get past that, the flipper part right down here. Wish that wouldn't just get in the way every time. That's a really disappointment. But yeah, it's a little bit better. Definitely feels smoother as far as the action. It definitely drops a little bit better now. But it's not buttery smooth. And you know, I think that's just going to come with, I guess, breaking in the cage ceramic ball bearings and the detent ball. I'm guessing, I don't know. When I disengage the detent ball, I still hear that. So I think it's more in the ceramic ball bearings. I guess they have to break in, get a track or something going in there. Anyways, it's QSP. I will venture to say, this is just my 2 cents, and you can disagree with me, but I feel like the quality from this and what I paid for this to the quality of this and what I paid for this, you can tell. You can definitely tell. And I'll be straight up honest with you. I feel like this is way better. It really is. It feels better. I would say Bestech is definitely by far more premium for sure. It's kind of like a lot of times for the longest time we could always tell, you could feel a Riot compared to anything else. And Bestech's getting up there with Riot. They really are. Their quality stuff is phenomenal. And I will tell you, yeah, this is by far a much better knife. This is the one that I enjoy the most and the one that I'll probably be carrying the most. This one's okay. And as I've said, I'll carry this probably for a few days, and I won't take it out, beat it up, or do anything to get any scratches or get it dirty or anything like that, because I plan to probably sell this. I've already returned it once, and they were able to replace it because the lock bar was lockup 85-90%, which was ridiculous, right? And when this lock bar can almost touch the other scale, that's too far. And I mean, there's not a whole lot of room there. If this wasn't cut out in relief, I wouldn't be able to get my finger in there, right? I mean, because typically you'd want it to be, I don't know, you'd want it to be about right there. But when it locks up, you can see, I don't know if you can see that, when it locks up, it is, I don't know if you can see that. When it locks up, it's like at least 50% right there. So, but what I'd like to see, what I would love to have seen, would be something like that, where it's like at 20%. You see? And then it wouldn't be so far, oh no, it just slid in. There we go. There's about 20%, but it keeps moving. Yeah, and then it moves in. But I would like to have seen something like 20%, like right there. That would have been, I think, by far better. And at 20%, I have a little more access. I have more access to get to that lock bar. But that's the tuning that we did. It, you know, in case you're wanting to know what it looks like, I think the bearings that I would probably end up getting, or I'd look to get, are going to be the 5mm version of these. And I think they're like 0.2, the inner diameter is going to be 0.2 inches and 5mm, and then the outer diameter is probably 0.370, somewhere around there. And the ball count and the thickness is going to be the same. I think it might be 11 or 13 ball count, but you want definitely the one that's a little bit bigger, and I think that would work. And I'm pretty sure Steve Skiff, he has that spreadsheet that he has on all the different washers. It will be there, so you can definitely see what it is. I think this has probably already been sized and added, so there you go. anyways, that is the, I just did it again. Man, that one's getting pretty good. Yeah. See, yeah, you can see that. That really, yeah, I will tell you honestly, I'm probably not going to recommend this knife. I'm still going to, I mean, I still think it's a nice knife. And if you love the Nymble, you know, you can get it and that's all yours. But it's not going to be one of my recommended knives. That's for sure. So I'm pretty sure that's where we're going to end up. Unless something drastically changes. But I'm pretty sure that's where I'm going to end up. So, you know, it's nice. It's beautiful design. I love the aesthetic. I just don't like the execution. Just too many small things that I'm very disappointed with. The grind on the angle on the blade was kind of disappointing. The lockup is way too much for this. I mean, this is kind of ridiculous, you know. The quality doesn't feel quite the same. The washers is very gritty compared to all the other Nymbles I've had. Really gritty, rough sounding washers, and that's disappointing. Even after I cleaned it out, and it was dirty, but even after that, it's still very gritty. And you know, I will tell you, the QSP Penguins, they were much, much better. So I don't know what's going on here. Definitely, I will say, definitely a candidate for skiffs. I'm sure skiffs would make a huge difference, but I don't think I want to invest in putting skiffs in this one. The next person who buys this can, by all means, do it. But I'm not going to be spending much more on this knife at all. So there you have it. All right, so that's my tuning. Well, that's not, I didn't tune. I didn't even want to tune that because it's so over travel already, engagement. If I tune that back, it's not even a lock. We're gonna have blade rock. It's not gonna engage all the way. It has to go all the way in. It has to have that radical, really deep detent because, yeah, in order to engage, and you can probably see it here. I don't know if we can see it here. Can we see it? Yeah, I think you can see it. The oil is like 80%. Oh, well, it went up. Well, now we're at 80% lockup. So maybe it's just what it was before. That's really disappointing. All right. Maybe I suspect they're all like that. So if you really like this, you'll love it. If you look for small details and some of these things matter to you, maybe I'll have helped you to find a better one. I would definitely recommend the Relative 100% over the Nymble X for sure. Not a Nymble X fan at all. Yeah, and that reverse flick is... Did I just... Oh, tell me it didn't just do that. Ah, seriously? Well, what I did was I opened it, and when I pushed it, it literally had lock stick, just like that other one. And I was about to say no, 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 no. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to do much more with this knife. I'm going to see if I can get a refund. I don't know if he does refunds. If he doesn't, then I'll be selling it, and I'll probably not buy anything from him ever again. But hopefully he does refunds. But there you go. I definitely think it's a beautiful design, no doubt about it. And if you love the Nymble, you love the Nymble Tanto, you love the Nymble Warney, you'll probably love this one. But I am just, maybe I'm too critical. I don't know. And if I am, I apologize to you guys. But I tend to, you know, I have a smaller collection of knives. I tend to have a little nicer collection of knives. I'm not, you know, one of these custom knife collectors where they're all handmade. I'm not that. I like to use my knives. I want them to be great knives, you know, but I don't like super cheap knives. If it's an inexpensive knife, I still want it to be well executed, right? And I want it to function and to work. And there we go. We got more of my nail on there. Man, that is bad. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's my 2 cents on that, and that's my cleaning of it. If you're curious and you kind of want to know what possibly are the washers that would fit. All right, I'm going to wrap this up because I just got a tornado warning, so I probably need to get going here. But anyways, Thanks so much for watching today. If you like this and you enjoyed the content, or you have any questions or any comments or any kind of recommendations that you'd like to see for future videos or other unboxings, tunings, helps, please comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. I try to respond to all the comments. And if you like this video, if you enjoyed this video, would you please hit the like button? And if you've already hit the like button, would you consider subscribing? And if you've already subscribed, would you then consider hitting the notification button? That'll let you know when I drop future content. And liking and subscribing really helps out the channel, helps me to produce more content and do more things. And if you've done all that, then maybe check me out on Rob's Nerdy Knives on Instagram. That's Rob's_nerdy_knives on Instagram. Hey, thanks so much for watching today. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.